Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and this is episode number 5, season number 2, Saving Sampdoria. So in episode number 6, we really did struggle to score goals. Not only did we struggle to score goals, we struggled to win games. 20 points after 10 games is just not acceptable. Too many drop points already in this early stage of the season, which is really frustrating. But we're going to try and change things up. We're going to adopt a 4-2-3-1 formation in the hope that we can create some more chances, get back to the season 1 style and form, passing the ball around with a little bit more fluency, trying to be more cultured in general, utilising the players we have at our disposal, because we have some potential giants in our team, and it will take time. This is a tough league. Empower League 1 is not just a walk in a park. You will see from the league table, it is just ultra competitive. Unbelievably competitive. The one thing we have in our favour is the fact we actually haven't lost a game. But we have drew 5 games, which is just not acceptable. And as you can see, early doors, the boys were trying to knock the ball around, trying to play some cultured football, trying to breathe some life back into their, I would say, weary bodies. But 10 games in the season, they have no right to be weary. Playing some beautiful football, backing off, getting a slight opportunity, bouncing off players, tries a skill move, and what a great save by the Parma keeper. That lad is going to be unbelievable. I can't wait to see how he grows. Really is a sharp player. Very agile, very fluent. Poor defending allows Parma in, but thankfully Parma are very unforgiving in front of goal, and they miss an absolute sitter. If we'd missed that, I think I would have been crying in my tea, to be honest. But it was Parma who kept piling under pressure. We really didn't amount to much in the first half, which again was really frustrating. The stadium's not full, which is something that I'm going to blame it on, and also it's raining, which is another excuse I'm going to have to use. But Castanos, in the second half, decided to take things into his own hands, got a great shot off. We then followed it up with Bakarov getting another shot off, and a great save by the Parma goalkeeper, and they had that sinking feeling that we just weren't going to score. But Poli knocks the ball into Castanos. Them two are interlinking so well. Poli is probably one of my favourite players. And Castanos, look at that, onto his left foot. A bit of a dribble past the goalkeeper. I'm not 100% sure why the goalkeeper didn't go down. It didn't take a deflection. Wasn't the hardest shot that Castanos has hit in the last few episodes. I mean, he's got an unbelievable shot. He really has got an absolutely almighty shot at times. It's quite astounding. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to complain. The ball went over the line. It's a goal. In the last minute, we gift them an opportunity, but great defending from Kean Clark. Clarkey has become a tank of a defender. He may not have the greatest pace, but I tell you what, his reading of the game, his positioning in the game, his tackling is just second to none. A true credit to have at Sampdoria. And we won the game 1-0, and I was really happy with that. And then we get an email from the board. Rossini's pay demands. And they've stuck him on the transfer list. I'm personally not going to do anything. I'm not going to approach him. I'm not going to talk to him. I'm not going to talk to his agent. I'm not going to give him a new contract. As far as I'm concerned, come the winter, come January, when we have the transfer market open and we can go and do some more deals, Jonathan Rossini, unfortunately, is going to be leaving the club. Now, the media's got the wrong end of the stick, and it says, Sampdoria tell Rossini, you're not needed. Well, hold on. We're not the ones demanding a pay rise. We're not the ones trying to hold the club to blackmail, to ransom. It's just not on, and I'm actually quite annoyed with that. So that's put another nail in his coffin. That really has, for me, ended all hope of him ever staying at Sampdoria. Not that there was much hope of him staying at Sampdoria by any stretch of the imagination. He is going, he is gone, he is done, he is out of here. As soon as that transfer window is open, he is going. Who for? We'll have to wait and see. But in the J Paint Trophy, I decided that I was going to simulate the game. I didn't actually want to play the game. So I stuck out quite a strong side. As you can see, Wanyama strikes early doors in the 16th minute to give us a well-deserved lead. Any goal we score is well-deserved, by the way. Bakarov then makes it 3-0 with goals in quick succession. They missed the penalty, which I think is fantastic. But Bakarov is, I think it's Bakarov or Bakarov, it's just fantastic. And Marcelo finishes it off in the 75th minute to make it a resounding 4-0 thumping. And then the media release Pedro, rumoured to be unsettled. I'm not 100% sure why Pedro is unsettled. He is still injured. And speculation is now persisting about Pedro. And I'm shocked because he's still injured. He's not going to be fit for at least another, I think it's another 7 to 12 days, which is just ridiculous. Lopez, I've been replaced. Well, technically, you should have gone back to your mother club because your loan period is up. What can you do? What can you do? So at this moment in time, we've got a lot going on within the club. Rossini is upset. Pedro is upset. Lopez is upset. And that's it could cause, a little bit of anxious times. As you can see, I've taken a risk. With Pedro being upset, I've taken a huge risk. I'm going to be playing a not 100% fit Pedro, which is a risk. If this goes wrong, he could be out for a few months. He could be out for 6 months, 8 months. He could probably be out for the rest of the season, knowing our current luck. But it's a risk I'm prepared to take because the last thing I want is Pedro putting in a transfer request. I like the guy. He's a fantastic player. Playing him in CDM is just beautiful. Alongside Victor Wanyama or alongside our boy Polly, they all interlink so well. And to be honest with you, playing Wanyama, Pedro in the CDMs and having Polly in the cam, those three in a little triangle are just devastating. Absolutely devastating. And as you can see, it's nice to get Pedro onto the ball, into Son, knocking the ball around with some confidence now. It's amazing. We draw 3 games. We're low on confidence. We win 1 game with a slightly T-roller, daisy cutter of a goal. And then look at the way we're playing. Bakhrov with an absolutely almighty shot. He sort of hit the post, hit the bar. And then, I don't really want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. It just horribly went wrong. Everything just went wrong. Great ball in. Unbelievable header. How he got in front of Diego Reyes, I just don't know. Diego Reyes has been so good all season. Our passing, our control, our first touch lets us down, and they capitalise straight away. Straight in. Great strength. No real need for pace, but what an almighty finish on his left foot to the near post after 11 minutes to make it 2-0. We continue. We try to stop them. We try to defend better. But they're just overloading us with players. Such great football played by our opponents. And after 19 minutes, we're staring defeat firmly in the face. Trailing 3-0. And surprisingly, trailing 3-0 to the first away team that I don't think has had a full stadium. This is the first time we've been away from home this season to pretty much a stadium like our own. Half empty, or below half empty to be honest. But again, a nice ball over the top. And they make it 4-0 after 77 minutes, which was just demoralising. A lesson has been learned. Just because you draw 3 games and win 1 doesn't mean you can turn it up to Legendary and think you can get away with it. The team is clearly not ready for Legendary, or should I say, I'm clearly not ready for Legendary with this team. I do feel we had the better opportunities in the game. I mean, they had 4 shots and they scored 4 freaking goals. We had 4 shots and we couldn't hit a barn door. Well, I lie. Bakhrov hit the post. Or was it the bar? Or was it the bar and the post? Nonetheless, it doesn't matter. We got battered. And that is a real harsh lesson. And on top of that, Pedro has turned down a contract we haven't offered him. Which is even more frustrating. Even more guttering. Even more devastating. I can only hope, in the coming episodes, we can change his mind and keep Pedro at the club. I hope we can.